Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Samantha the Introvert. Today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 10 of Eternal Butler. So without further ado, let's get into it. This episode mission is more of life promises. Okay, so we're starting off right where we left off when Everfour leaped to rescue Bushi. Just when bad guys was about to strike Bushi with this big knife. Just letting you know, the kidnappers didn't stand a chance because they're up against a robot, but they don't know that they're up against a robot. I'm a bit disappointed in how they made the bad guys acted. I mean, yeah, they did fall a little bit, but in the show, it's more like a comedic thing, something you might see in anime or cartoons. Anyways, after the bad guys ran away, Everfour went to check on his man to check if he gets any injury, completely regarding his own injuries. I mean, he's a robot, but still, the robot bleeds. Can you imagine in reality all the robot inventors getting ideas from this show? But where is the robot getting these blood from? Like how, like where did the inventor get the blood to like put it in the robot? Now, because Bushi told Everfour that his mother left him forever, Everfour reassures Bushi that he will always be with him. Bushi then asked Everfour how he was able to find him, and Everfour revealed that the ring Bushi is wearing have a tracking device in it. You have to admit, the robot did a good job because his good job and good ideas thinking about saving Bushi helped in the end. This robot literally has a mind of its own. In fact, its way of thinking would make you think and wonder, is this thing a human being? They need to come up with another BL project together because this is good. I like their chemistry. Anyways, Everfour tried to ask Bushi about why he acted the way he did in that room when he was pushing him out of the room, but Bushi ended up changing the subject. Then these two talking about Bushi and Everfour relationship, but somebody got tired of hearing about it and wishes to focus on their growing relationship, which I agree. One thing I love about this drama is that it didn't let us draw away from the main couples. Don't get me wrong, I like the second couples, they're cute, but that's all I have to say about them. I feel like if they got into another BL drama as a main couple, then there maybe we can get to see a full view of what they can bring. I honestly thought they Everfour and Bushi would have given up their rebellious state and just go back, but they did not go to their actual home. Also, Everfour let us know that Bushi's father had cancelled the complaint contract, so no more warnings and IES shock. Just wish they would have just showed that part in the show. I want to see the negotiation part and actually see the father cancel that thing. Then the next thing you know, Everfour felt the mood. The robot said he misses the romance because the mood is right. Where did this robot learn this from? At this point, they should just play Rihanna's skin. Anyways, the robot beat all human men out there because he gave Bushi a bracelet and a ring. And when you look at it, it would seem that they've been in a relationship for years now. I'm just curious, is this robot built with feelings? Because, you know. Hey, robot inventors out there, you better take notes. Then they finally got back home, and because they're having a cute couples quarrel, the father mistook that and think that Bushi still hates the robot. The father knows that Everfour rescued Bushi and wanted to reward him, but Everfour doesn't know what he wished for a reward, so the father told him to think about it. I really miss the glasses though. Bushi then asked his father to never send out any complaint about Everfour again. The father agrees if Bushi never causes him trouble, and Bushi agrees not to cause trouble because hey, the boy doesn't want to see Everfour in pain again. Then Bushi was about to reveal his relationship with Everfour, but Everfour think it's not the best time to do so, so Everfour stopped Bushi. Bushi really wants to let people know about Everfour and him, But I agree with Everfor. The timing is way off. Then we'd see these two who are very happy because Bushi friend told his parents about his relationship with the guy, the childhood friend guy. Then Everfor told Shu Yiping about his relationship with Bushi and what to do next. Yeah, he doesn't know what to do next. Well, it is obvious that Everfor likes Bushi romantically, and it's not hard to know that Bushi also feels the same for Everfor. Then we see Bushi talking to his best friend, and his best friend noticed that Bushi has a hickey. Darn robot got moves. Everfor left a mark on Bushi, and Bushi didn't know until his best friend said something. Remember, the robot is Bushi's first, but will we count? Can we count that though? It's a robot, not a human. So can we count that as Bushi losing his V card to a robot? Ever since the kidnapping, Everfor finds it very hard to separate from Bushi unless he knows Bushi is in good hands. Then after Everfor left and Bushi was asked about his love for Everfor, Bushi told them that Everfor is a robot, but I don't think they actually believe Bushi. Everfor went to the creator and basically talked about being with Bushi and about the IES. Everfor told him that being with Bushi made him feel normal and happy. Also, that the IES electric shock must be terminated because such shock could cause damage to all robots itself. But the creator cannot do this alone. He did not work alone. So, he would have to go to someone that's higher up that can give and get the approval. Also, Everfor was told that he must not listen to any other robot like the Ever 7 and the Ever 9. Now, even though Everfor is a robot, it can't stay forever, but human life has limits. So while Everfor still functions, Bushi will eventually grow old and die. Everfor needs to understand that us humans do not have forever, and even though it is sad to think about, it is something to know. We have an end, but robot will be forever. Everfor then went to Bushi's father on wanting to be beside Bushi forever. The father did not really caught on to what the robot meant and agreed. Then came Bushi later, thinking that his father would send Everfor away, but that's not what's happening. Anyway, the next day, Bushi and Everfor went to the creator to discuss if Everfor can be around with him, like forever. Again, the man told Bushi that he agrees, but human does not have long life. The man then made a suggestion to Bushi, and that Bushi is to start his own family and grow old together with that family because Everfor will be around and he's just gonna be like a figurine or an heirloom. Bushi made it clear that he will only be with Everfor and grow old with him because he loves him. But I want to know, how will Everfor feel when Bushi ended up leaving this world? Bushi must understand that he will eventually leave the world and leave Everfor behind, unless Everfor wants to be like Robin Williams' movie and asks to be turned into a human being. Now, technically, Bushi does not own Everfor per se. It's like a rent. All he has to do is keep Everfor for a while and then he'll have to go back. But he wants to buy Everfor. But Everfor is an expensive piece of robot. If Bushi asks to be with Everfor, I guess it's until death do them part because if that's over, Everfor will actually have to serve another master. So Everfor told Bushi that he will be with him by his side. Bushi then misunderstood and joked about wanting to start his own family. Of course, Everfor told him that he doesn't mean it like that and kissed Bushi, saying only he alone should be with Bushi. Right now, their main concern is to battle the world and letting them know of their love and finding a way to tell the father. Now, how the father found out was never on my bucket list. Before we get into this, I know they're trying to let this look like a feng shui type of thing and let it belong, but the light, it feels like the light is something supposed to be on set. I guess they forgot to take it off, or if so, I don't like it. Anyways, Everfor then uses this reward wish to ask the father if he can be with Bushi romantically, and the father got angry, saying that the robot made it look like they're meeting the parents for the first time. The father then tells Everfor that he knows Bushi doesn't love Everfor because Everfor is a robot and Bushi is just using Everfor for pleasures, that's it. Everfor then said that if he is being used, then he doesn't care as long as he is with Bushi. That's all he wants. Bushi heard the commotion and went straight to protect Everfor. We in episode 10, and 2 more to go to see how the father will act in their relationship. Okay guys, that is the end of my recap on episode 10 of Eternal Butler. Stay tuned for episode 11, and as always, if you like all my recaps, give them a thumbs up, subscribe with notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. I will see you next time.